Go for the window. Go for the window.
Played that so well, you haven't mentioned him.
Dr. Mayfield. Dr. Mayfield.
You fly back today? You rolled out last year. You're in Texas?
Houston. It's about a 3-hour drive.
It's really 3 hours.
200 miles. It's all highway, so. Yeah, I didn't think about it. I got to get up.
The wrong to do that.
Go to Chicago, so.
Yeah, we
Maybe I
got
should
flight.
play a little early.
Yeah, I don't know, real early. Our flight leaves tomorrow at 8 to go back to New York, so a little bit
Well,
late.
let's do everything.
In New York City,
Yeah, he
or
was too polite to use my number. He was
Right. Here's one of his own. Couldn't vote for
No
me.
pressure.
But the second place go.
Okay, everyone, listen up. The
Couldn't figure out.
2020 Texas Backgammon Championships final is beginning when William Lonergan from Long Island, New York, and Scott Ward from Houston, Texas.
But at the same time,
There will be
so you're risking the 4.
two widescreen TVs, live commentary, XG analysis, and so forth on the
I don't
terrace.
really know, but
So
I
you
was afraid to.
really need place to watch and listen and
I
learn.
didn't
See
know
what's going on.
so I didn't hit. Like you said, it's like, okay, there's some
I have no
parlays
idea.
still, you still have to consolidate.
I see him, I could ask him.
If
You
I
guys
didn't
wanna
hit,
wait 2
it
minutes?
wouldn't have been
Exactly.
It's four damage shots. Right. But it's like, well, sometimes you gotta do it. I don't know.
It's ironic we ended up in the final.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that too.
Just open the chair.
If I hear it, make it hear it.
When I looked at it, it's like, no matter where else, just anything but an 8. I'm so much better off.
Yeah, you can make the 8 points.
Right, exactly.
You said you won something.
All right.
Last chance.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess probably Marty. Let's finish the game.
We'll be yelling and screaming at all of our bad moves. I was in there listening to him teach out work, and a couple of plays that yelled, didn't agree.
The game I played last night against Simon.
We'll just be watching whenever they start
And
screaming
but
or
it was
anything,
like,
or raising their arms.
bizarre though, because it was one of those.
It's really easy to hear you.
Where it kept turning. He rolled double sixes and another roll two. I rolled. You can see people back there.
Didn't want to do it.
Especially when listening to one earpiece.
I gained so much.
Not listening to music.
Screen.
Green is
No, I like that already.
Okay, thank you.
That's why I said that.
Thanks, sir.
They want to announce commentators by name.
All right, we're about to start the 2020 Texas Championship. We've got the finalists here, William Lonergan versus Scott Ward. We have Chris Trencher, BMAB Grandmaster, on the microphone. We also have
Marty Storer.
Marty Storer on the microphone, and we also have Justin Knoll here, and our faithful transcriber and man of the hour. Introduce yourself, please.
David Klauser here.
Dave Klauser. And we are going in.
It doesn't like coming off. So I try to use it.
Scott makes a 3-point with 5-3. Nothing out of the ordinary. Standards apply. Split.
What their tendencies are, what they prefer.
First real choice.
He wants to enter and race around. I said, quiet if you want. So I'm trying not to.
So the hit is aimed at preventing White or Scott from making a point freely.
He has a double. But
And this is also an interesting choice with a 4-1. He could hit on the 1 point. Usually that's preferred.
I'm playing with
But he could have also entered on Scott's 4-point and hit loose on the 5. And long ago that would have been the preferred play. But nowadays
he's playing catch up. I still just
the bigger lead in the race is given a lot of weight.
No.
So now it's a safe play. Makes the 18 anchor, lifts the blot, and now
Yeah, I have a. If
White ought to be ahead of the race here. Not anymore. Double sixes.
Yeah, I'm transcribing. It's not on that screen.
So it's about the race is about equal now. It's a pip one way or the other. So are we don't have an XG feed yet.
I am transcribing it.
Oh, you're transcribing though. David
Okay,
Klaus
I'll
is
close the other
transcribing. And a 6-5 by Bill Lonergan. He elected to slot the bar and strip his midpoint and stack on the 8-point. He could have, alternatively, he could have played very safely 13-2, leaving one 11 number shot, or he could have slotted the bar point and hit loose on the 1 point, which would leave a few more shots, but it would be the most flexible.
And I think you normal play there when you're stripping the point to bring the 5 down.
You think that's normal? I'm not so sure.
What's the threshold for a red on the blunder now?
I don't know if we fixed that. It's still Japanese blunders.
We got the Japanese blunder being, what is it, 0.02?
I think so.
Japanese blunder. So now Scott has escaped with a double 4. Nice roll. He's made his 4-point and kept a blot on his 16-point. He's not really too afraid of being hit with a 9, and he makes his nice 4-point. Good for the race as well as if there's contact. And okay, so this is a bit hasty maybe on Scott Ward's part with a double 3. He could have cleared his midpoint, left a 9 shot except for double 3s, and then White would not have been able to hit and cover, so he would not have wished to hit with a 9. If so, but now he's got the midpoint in front of the White obstacle on Black's bar point. I say white and black instead of yellow and brown or something like that. So off white and chartreuse, So now okay. Before rolling, you should at least think about it. Maybe Scott is a fast pip counter. 112. Oh, it's over there. Okay, so I could look at the pip count. Oh, he wasn't up in the race, right? Okay, so all right. So it wasn't a big deal. So if he had been ahead of the race, I thought without counting that he probably was, but you say it wasn't a big deal. Well, it was a green. It was a Japanese blunder or something maybe. So I don't have to count pips. I can just look at the XG feed.
Bill's best 6. Well, I'd say 6-1 would be best.
Oh, there's a 6-1. So just make. Yeah, now go ahead and hit me. Hit me if you dare. I'll roll double 1s and hit you. No, he won't. He'll roll 5-1 and he will not hit. I predict he simply makes the 5. So they're playing very well so far, and the first 10 moves, the PRs are 2.22 for Bill, and Scott has 1.07. So
he can't hit.
I don't think he can hit. I don't think he should hit with that.
Yeah, Bill's being a little more deliberate here than in the last match.
Yeah. So that XG like that, the safe play.
By the blocking point.
What do you roll? A 6? A 6-1. 6-1, yeah.
If he continues to roll 6-1, he might win this game. Makes you have to run with 5.
Yeah, this is sort of standard technique, I think, usually is to. Because if you do safety with a 5, then your board gets trashed, and this way you might sometimes hit, and you clear from the rear in case you have to go, and if he misses you, it's never a hard and fast rule, but in general, I think you're not necessarily going to be just like saving the maximum saving numbers so you don't have to leave a blot. And now, yeah. So this is any 6 or 5 except 6655 leave a 17 number shot, and there it is. You could consider a cube, but
Crossovers.
it's got you got to
I
get
think
it.
the pick county's down about. It's still probably down about 3 or 4 on eyesight.
And there's
double 5s and double 4s are likely winners too. So.
There's a few little gammons after hitting.
I wouldn't mind a double pick.
No, he does. Okay, so I think that's reasonable. I mean, he might, yeah. So it's half the deck. You're just winning them by a lot, and then almost half the deck.
With the wastage, double 5s.
And then there's wastage, and so he'll.
So 5s and 4s
Yeah. So
probably that's your
all right.
probably
So I'll
next
take.
numbers.
And the hit. Yeah, huge double.
A lot of
Very
volatility.
Oh, massive.
Yeah, massive volatility, right? So.
Yeah, he's playing just about Ramesh level right now.
Playing a 1.2, 1.2. I've seen the music video without looking.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So that's no dice on checkers is not legal in this tournament.
Emoji response.
Mm-hmm. Work on your damn side.
Pick up the 6s.
Yep.
You're not gonna stack all the 4s.
No, yeah, it's rather safe.
6
And
off, 6 more.
oh, this would be a blunder. Scott's thinking about putting 3 checkers on the ace board.
So it's even get you up.
He does. No, he wants to keep on the bar for as long as possible. But now if he rolls big and small, or medium, big and small, like 4-1. Who called me? Oh, they called me for a. Oh, okay. So they want me to play a match or something. Yeah. All right, I'll go and see what they want. I'll turn this off for now. Mute it.
Clearing the 4 and clearing the 5 are close. Clearing the 6 is obvious. So.
Yeah, 5 was right last time we looked at a similar position.
The shot was in the 5. Wow.
Yeah, 4's much better.
Thank you. Excuse me. This is Marty. I'm back. I won a jackpot, so they had to pay me. Okay. So.
And he hits, and he still has his 4.4. It's close.
Oh, this is Now this is. So what did he play with the 4-1? Did he play a?
Lifted from the 5 instead of the 4.
Lifting from the 4, is immediately safer. I think. White's going to stay on the bar
Never
forever.
happens if he doesn't
Oh, shit.
control the checkers to the ace point either.
Right. That was mistake that led to this.
It's difficult with the
Well,
broken board in the race, but he's
Well,
only
you
got
take-
1 checker off, right?
You take a Keith count and then you look at the 2-ply ball. How likely am I to leave a shot over the next 2-ply? What happens if I do, and what happens if I don't? That's a divided indicate. If you can.
So does he have any points here other than the obvious ones, 11-5 or 17-9?
No. So it's interesting now. Now Black has got 1 off. So if you take a Keith count, what would you get? 34, 45, and then you'd have 64.
Yeah, you might as well.
60. White has 64 Keith count, and then Black on roll 31, 34, 39, 41, 60. So it's not really.
You should have stayed away.
You should have stayed away. Is that what the bot says?
11-5.
Yeah, because you try to evaluate the relative standing in the race, and the 11 point doesn't contain much. That's the trouble. 7 away doesn't usually contain much. The 11 point was 7 away from Scott's blot on Bill's 4 point. now, you know, Scott has a checker off. Now he's got 3 checkers off to none, so he's a massive favorite now. If you roll, you know, if Bill rolls boxcars, you know, then still a slight underdog.
Boxcars.
And then if
For the
Scott
wrong
rolls
side.
boxcars, it's like it's almost going to be over.
That's a double.
It's 2 off. Yeah. Oh, he's got more than 4 off.
He's got 3 rolls.
6. Yeah, he's got to roll
He needs
big
3
right
doubles.
now.
He needs 3 doubles.
He's gotta roll big right now. That's not 3 doubles. He's got 6. Well, okay, he's got 6. But he can't roll 2, so it's gin now, right? 6 checkers on the 1 point. Is that right? Yeah. So game 1, Scott Ward has won 2 points. 2-0 to 11. 9 away, 11 away. So who are the match equity table jockeys? What's that supposed to be? 60.
John O'Hagan is here.
John O'Hagan. What is 9 away to 11 away for the strong side? 60 something? 63 or something?
Should recenter
Mother in the room, Mother.
64.
64.
Maybe
yeah.
somebody should tell them to recenter that cube.
Oh, he said
60. Yeah, it's 5-7. 60.
I'm sure they'll catch it.
So that was an interesting 4 after the hitting on the bar point with a 1 and came down, and that's quite a legitimate 4 because you weaken your 8 point and you want to bring more wood into the outfield to support attacking and priming. So splitting would have been good as well, but now he got hit. He slotted body, got hit back. He rolled a double 2 to hit and make the 4 point, and now
That's a bad play.
Splitting.
Right, he's leaving a lot of indirect shots by 13 to 9, depleting his mid. And against a mere 8 checkers in the zone, he could have split to the 20 point. Yeah,
I would, especially
I
with,
would
with,
as well.
with Bill having 2 guys back. I don't think there's any rush at that 3rd checker
The anchor's
versus
strong.
the anchor.
So all the commentators want to make the 20 point.
You know what, this is from last game.
There it
The
is.
cube is reset to the center.
He wants to make sure so when he reaches for it, he hits me.
Yeah. Touching an ungiven cube makes the cube go down from 1 to a half. So what is it? So he's just thinking about the 4. He still is. Scott Ward is now thinking about hitting on the 9 point or making the anchor on the 20.
Hitting on the 9 point is just trying to do too much with too little.
Yeah, he's got a weaker board.
He's got a weaker board. He's got 3
More
outs.
checker. Yeah, well, an equal number of checkers back
I mean,
after
this is
being
just
hit.
Nice job.
This is just a straight McGreal 101 type.
Nice job.
160
Paul
to the
McGreal,
other.
late Paul McGreal would certainly have made this play. You could also play to the 11 point.
Duplication of 2s to hit is really strong.
But yeah,
Then he
you
always rolls
duplicate
the 2.
6s and 2s, but you've already duplicated 2s, so why would you have to duplicate 6s, right? Duplication's sake, maybe. And splitting is paying attention to the back checkers. Lifting 7 to 4 was safer but less to gain. And white, Bill Lonergan has gained an advanced anchor after splitting to the 21 point, as other commentators recommended. Got the old double anchor to 1820 for Scott Ward. 160, is that an accurate race? Yeah, I guess so. So it says 165 to 168 after the play. So about even. This is sort of a garden variety holding game with a close race. Mutual holding game. And you want to make more points. You want to not get hit and lose ground in the race. Accordingly, I believe he's supposed to just come to the 8 point. He could make the 3 point, but shrug, I don't know. 152 there. 160.
I think this is where you see that it was smart for him to play 16-8, because if he had done something else, made the 3 point, Scott would gladly hit off the 20 here to get off of one of those anchors.
You don't want to be, yeah, you don't generally
pick up
want
in
to,
the race.
yeah, you don't generally want to be hit. Now Scott has broken. He decided to break a point instead of jump check to his board.
Oh, nice roll.
And now Bill is saying, all right, I can abandon the anchor and I can put a couple of blots in the outfield, and I can, if they get missed, I can use them to make outfield points. Builders for the 12, 11, and 10. 10 being the most desirable of those 3 points. And that's a miss.
Double slot.
A slot. He should just double slot, try to build his board quickly, but he's saying, all right, I'm going to make a single slot, and then if I hit, I'll only have a single return shot back. But
That cleans up everything.
double slotting is standard technique there. He does make the 10 point. So we've got a somewhat close pip count still.
How bad is he doing back there?
It's pretty bad, I think.
Depends what he rolls.
John. You're talking about white 6-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a huge point.
The 10 point is a very useful point.
250 blunder to go to the 4 point.
Despite the race, if Scott doesn't roll a double to get one of those backside.
Oh, okay. Now this. All right. So what? So what is the race? 131. So it's
pips.
essentially an even race.
3 pips. And he's
An
double.
even race. He might have miscounted.
Yeah.
And okay, so he's got to play 13 to
Playing
6,
to
and he'll find it.
6, yeah.
But he said he's probably either miscounted or he's banking on Scott Ward having problems with his 4-back checkers.
I think that's the issue is Scott's running out of time to maintain a double anchor game, and so or Bill recognized he was a favorite, though obviously as we saw it wasn't enough to have a doubling edge.
Yeah, so the XG, we could look at the XG feed and say that XG did not wish to double that.
Yeah, it was 100 blunder.
Yeah, so that's a.
But nothing close to a beaver if it was cash.
No. So now they're still playing well. The robot says they're both still playing well in the low 3 PRs. That's Extreme Gammon's assessment of the average value of your errors. Lower is better. And so they're playing very, very strong. World class. XG says world class is what is it? Below 5 is world class for Extreme Gammon or something.
Do you want to break the midpoint down to like 11?
Is it White's double 1?
Yeah.
The race is even. No, it's 10, yeah.
2 1s left to play here.
I do not want to.
Oh, 2 1s left to play.
No. What is
Okay, so the 9 point is actually a useful point. It restrains those back checkers.
Oh, double 5. That changes the race.
So now after
he could just move them all out.
just move them. If he moves them all, the tip count would be 104 to 112 after the roll. So it's standard. Yeah, he's ahead 8. He's ahead 8 with his opponent on roll.
He's
and you're just
had 4 pips and he's holding the cube.
And you're supposed to. You're just supposed to do it. You know?
I think it's make the 13 and the 15. You're up. Adjusting for the roll, you're up 4 pips and you're holding the cube, which is a big edge.
Right. And there's some distributional problems from Bill Lonergan. He's got stacks on the 8 and 6. He can likely unstack, but there are variations where he has a little trouble. And now Scott Ward is probably, he's saying, okay, am I gonna? What's the race and what are my holding possibilities worth?
I think it will prove to be a sizable error to do anything but go for the race and do 15 or 13.
I believe you're right. Chris Trencher and I agree on that. I'm sure Justin also agrees. And
look, you're up 4 holding the cube in a race. No holding game plan is gonna make him a favorite here.
And
just set it up and count.
I think holding the cube will help you lower straight risk than anything. You can more easily find a position.
Okay, so now he's going to say, all right, I'm going to now Scott is considering just running his back checkers to the 10-point and saying, all right, double sixes, White's double sixes now leaves a one shot, etc., like that. But then he might be in trouble himself. He might be have to be the first to break if he keeps the.
I'm really surprised he's thinking. Maybe he just visually thinks.
Oh no, it's not. Okay,
trying
he's
to
got
raise,
6
but
on
he
that.
hasn't counted
I'm
it.
sorry. Albert Sick pointed out that White has got 6 on the 8 points, so double sixes does not leave a blot after he makes the 10. But now he's going to say, okay, I'm going to stay back on the 5. Am I going to stay back on the 5 points? He's saying, all right.
There's no reason to do that.
So when you're ahead in the race, you should generally race. You'll typical Z maximum, and then the. Okay, so now they've each blundered in turn.
I mean, it makes no sense because how this is going to progress now is White's going to fill in his board, but it's going to use the checkers on the 8 and the 6 to fill in his board, and Scott's
Right,
going
and now
to
he's
or come off the anchor where Bill's going to have attacking chances on him.
He's already almost forced off his.
Right, and now Bill is busy looking at his board. Here's the other double 5s. Okay, so.
I forgot you were going to roll a second one.
Never a dull moment. Well, if he knew that, then he could do anything he wants. But he still should run because he might get blocked by double 3s, but neither here nor there. So. So 77 to 87 is like double pass.
With the distribution, this is a clear redouble pass.
Yeah, I would say it's a redouble pass. I think with good distribution, it might even be a real redouble pass.
He's 3 or 4 pips beyond.
And then
the take point, and he may wind up with a meaningful 5-hole because he doesn't always fill it in, and he needs small numbers to fill it in.
Yeah, you might be able to take with 86 pips, but not in this position. I would say so. Redouble pass. So the commentators all agree redouble pass. So the double take was a 0.1 blunder or a whopper. The Japanese, I don't know what the Japanese would say about it, but they would not like it. Yeah, thank you. Is that what that means? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Arigato. No, arigatos. Thank you. Right. I don't know what Kenichi. My Japanese. Apologies to my Japanese speakers listening. I don't know.
That's hello.
Hello?
Arigato
Hello.
gozaimasu.
Yeah.
Something.
Thank you.
Well, you should say thank you then. If somebody gives you a cue for that.
This one's not.
So, yeah.
The point of last take here is at 86 or 87, right, John?
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah. So right. I was going to
so
say
he's-
86 might be a.
That's everything else being equal.
He's 1 pip off, and he's got a big 4-hole on 5-hole.
Right. So Bill scoops it up now. If this PR.
Good take though.
If the PR difference is going to persist, it's a small sample of statistics, then,
Small take.
Is it really? I thought the point of last take was right for 10 picks.
well,
Wouldn't the sign and roll at 77 would be nice.
so I'm not sure.
You
So
also
redouble
wind
take,
up with the 5-hole can really matter.
so it's redouble take with what confidence or with what margin of error? I mean, how much is it redouble take by? The bot say.
It was 55.
Okay, but that's only a 4-ply. So there might be match equity considerations that are. Yeah, right. Oh, he's down 2-0. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit important. With a 4 cube, yeah, I guess the yeah. So we were just considering, but it might still be closer than, I bet it is closer than 0.95 if you plus it. But I'm not sure about that either. So we had our sort of normal match score hats on, and we were considering in that light. But when you look at, it's a 4 cube and you're behind in the match, then we decided, I guess, maybe it is a take. So, but then there's the relative PR, okay, and the relative PR right now is Bill 3.2 and Scott 4.3.
Well, nice bear offs with nice slow bear offs like this.
Yeah.
A big help to PRs, you know.
Yeah. You're right. All you have to do is bear off on a 1 or something. but if it's, but still it's, you know, I mean, it's small statistics, it's hard to estimate what's going on at the table, you know. Am I playing well or not? I mean, maybe I am, I don't know, but maybe I'm not.
There's 1-3 left. You play 4-1?
Who's 3, is it?
Red has 1 white.
Oh, 6-3, that's 6-3, yeah. Because he needs to rely on doubles, and this does him the better on doubles mostly. What is that? Oh, he played. Oh, I guess that was a forced play. Okay, more often, 6-1. And this would have been virtually no swing, I think, either way. And there's the 6-1. All right.
Just enough.
So Scott Ward is now ahead 6-0 to 11.
What was a sizable take?
Sizable by, what does it say?
60 something?
Eh?
Yeah, we see how low his take point is because it's got Bill winning the game.
I thought people were saying, oh, it's 0.9 or something.
Looks like around 6.
0.06?
Yep.
Oh, 0.06. Okay. All right. So that's. Yep. Yeah, then you know that's where you know your 11-point match equity table cold or something. Then you're in better shape to make calculations like, should I take this? What's the cube worth to me at that score? At the level of the cube. The doubling window and considerations like that. When is the minimum you'd ever need to take the cube and give the cube, and the max and the point of last take.
4-point and 2-point.
So this is Scott to play double fours. So he could make the 9-point or the 2-point. I think it's clearly right to make the 4-point. And it's a nice usage of the checkers on the 6-point to make the 2 for sure, and there might be some upcoming contact. So I suppose I agree with making the 2-point. And the bot says what? The bot doesn't flag it as an error. So
yeah, 9-point was a big error.
Yeah. Yeah, because there could be a lot of contact. Like for example, the 6-3 for white. He's. Yeah, you could. I think you run out. I don't know. It's you could run out, or you could play 2 down actually. 2 down, you only need 15 shots.
Yeah.
Better than 6-3.
Oh, 6-3. There's 6-3. You only leave 12 shots. So that, yeah, I didn't look at that. So hitting you about 20, 21 return shots
running out was the play.
Is better.
And now he just doubles. Oh, he dropped the dice. Okay, no, he's not. I thought it was a quick double drop. Yeah, well, it's interesting. Interesting question. No, he doesn't double. He could massively gain by hitting.
I don't think 13 cent was very reasonable. That Bill comes in and pops that checker out with a 3-5, 3-6, or 3-4.
Well, but then there's the cube considerations. So you want to have joker control against double threes, double ones, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. I think, yeah, looks like a very good, very strong game for black. And he's saying, oh well,
I think he's playing this too good.
I'm gonna play this too good, and not to give Bill a chance to take and get lucky in 18 or something. But just because you're ahead 6-0 to 11 doesn't mean you never double.
Double take.
Like when in doubt, you don't double.
Does it take still?
Still a take.
Still a take because you don't need that much. You just anchor up and then you can fight on. And 6-5 fam is a really good variation, which just happened. But not a 6-5 and then come in and followed by fight on.
I still capture it.
Well, yeah. Now there's been a big improvement in the position of black. So.
What do you think about the position of 5 and 1?
It's an interesting question. It doesn't look thematically good, but with the cube in the middle, you have to worry about, the jokers. He comes in high.
Victor had a nice double 2 switch last game before cubing, and it was right. But yeah.
Yeah. So here's so now.
What did you like on the double twos?
I don't know. It
5-1.
didn't like that.
Switch.
It did like switching.
Switch
Okay.
was right.
Look at Bill today.
It did like switching because I guess the cube's in the middle, so you can have there are a lot of variations where you just win with the cube instead of having to play to the end.
It was still a
He must have thought it was not good enough before the 6-5.
still a
Yeah, so these are all interesting positions how the checker plays interact with the cube action and the score.
Yep. 100 blunder to pass.
Not yet. Maybe after this
I guess the score is
Does
getting
it?
so
Yeah, I mean-
lopsided that he's got to fight back at some
Yeah, and 7 is kind of a milestone score. He's 4 away. 4 away, a double gammon wins the match. A 4 cube wins the match.
Now we just
2 points. 2 points gets to 2
He should,
away. So
Bill's-
you don't
he's
give the
supposed
guy
to run the
7-0 to
6-4
11 lightly. I guess is the idea.
I think the 2 point.
Make the 2 point at the score. Just for money, it's not right. For money, 6-4 is a run after the 5 points. Man.
So is that what the bot endorsed with a 6-4 is to make the 2 point
Yep.
score?
At the score, yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to lead to more gammons. But you caught up in somewhat in board strength, and you're not as worried about being gammoned at the lopsided score. So I can believe that 3-1 point, 6-4 point being the correct play when down by 7 points to 11, 7-5.
They can make the 3, then maybe step up.
So this is three threes to play for.
You can't make the 5
Three
because then
threes
you have no
allowed.
logical
He's
play
got
with
3
the last
threes.
one.
He's come in with Bill's come in from the bar with a 3. He's got pointed on. He came out with a 6-4 and applied a 3-1. He played 24-18, 13-9, and then
This
6-1 for
stack
Scott,
wants
and
it.
now double 3s for.
Switching points is
Bill.
not as good as making new ones, so
You
I
have-
would rather make the 3.
Hey, develop your biggest stack.
You also have, as he's seeing right now, you have no logical play with the last one if you do that. So I think he winds up coming up to the 4 point.
But this is a little so
That's-
behind in the race you want to improve your board quickly.
Oh, okay. 3 checkers to the 5.
And
was-
it does 3 checks to the 5. Okay, so the 5 point has got intrinsic value. I wasn't sure what the right play was, but
Wow, it's not even close.
Second. The other play that we looked at was right there, coming down.
That could easily change on
It was
plus
equal,
plus.
yeah.
It's not the 4 point.
yeah, it's not the 4 point. You still don't want to be gammoned and all that. You don't want to all duplicate 2s and slot the 3 points. Wrong idea.
Roll, Scott.
Okay, so this. So now this has got to be a massive take.
Massive
I'm
take.
scooping
It's not
this
a
one.
double.
And now, okay, Bill's now. He's I'll take this one. You got a lot of work to do.
He certainly does.
He does not cover the 4 point, and he does not hit on the. Does not cover his own 4 point. He does not hit on
200 blunder to
What about
double.
Scott's
making
4
this,
point.
10 feet on balance?
That would keep you well off balance.
I'd rather hit both on the deuce and 3 than do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather. I don't know. I'd rather.
But
Make
you'd
the
rather
two,
not see
I'd
it.
rather make 2 point than the triple tiger, but or
You'd rather not see it.
double liger,
Ones
but
are nice.
Or you would
these
just
are
rather
the-
not see any of those plays.
these are all the fantasy fugues in our minds. But now now Bill Lonergan is itching to redouble, just itching. Unfortunately, he rolled a double. He got pointed on with a double 5.
What else can he do? It's forced.
So
Now he's forced to perform.
he's not going to double this just because he can. And there's a 2-3. Well, now he's got a bad roll. As entering numbers go, it's bad.
It's showtime.
That was a redouble right there.
It was. Oh my God. Oh yeah, because I guess there's enough volatility. I mean, that's really interesting because you're. I know. It's like you're down 9-0, and if you lose the match if you get gammoned, I guess. So you're saying, all right, the score's so lopsided that I want to get the jack up the cube. So a couple rolls ago, XG was recommending a double. Redouble to 4.
I don't. I do this. I just do that.
Yeah, there's already 2 on the bar.
Yeah, this is the pure play. You don't need to attack the other one. And now, okay, so a double gammon for Scott Ward wins him the match, and he's on it. Okay, now I believe you should switch points for sure. Switch to the 2 point, make the 4 point, switch to the 2 and 13 to 10 for builders for the 5. But now he's saying, oh, I'm going to prime him.
Everybody loves the bar.
But now he's maybe considering switching points. I touched the 5 point, which means
He's nervous about double 5s. I see it.
oh now so he says I want to ensure the win. With the lopsided score, I want to ensure the win. I will. He says, okay, I'm going to maximize builders, break my bar point, not switch points, keep my 5 point, and Bill Lonergan was saying, please give me a 2, please give me a 2. And now it was 2-2, huge. Right? So now Scott is correctly attacking on his 2 point.
Another 6-5.
The kibitzers are screaming for blood, wanting the match to last longer. But a 4-2, he's gonna. Yeah, I think coming up is reasonable. This is Bill Roberti blitz connectivity. You know, you don't ignore your back checkers when you've got a. But then there was you could play 8-4 to maximize building power.
Play the 6 down and the 4 in.
He's not playing too bad. He's definitely getting off of Bill's 5 points, so he doesn't get sent back with double A's. Oh, there's 3 on the root.
Yeah.
It's
so
still probably right to get off anyway.
These are the old human algorithm was to just maximize builders for the open point and ignore the back checkers. And Scott Ward is going the hybrid route. That's generally more favored, but in this position might not be correct. I mean, we don't really know.
You just go 13-5.
Well, you go 13.
No, the 13-7, 13-11 has to be better.
13-11. That way you don't get it twice with a double ace. You only get hit once.
Yeah.
And you've got more ammunition closer to the zone. And now he is in. Okay.
There you
so
go.
Bill Lonergan's in to the end with that ace point game. Probably the take doesn't even look too bad now that he has a 24. No, because he might.
No, because he loses a bunch. He does lose single games here.
If he can never lose his market, then he shouldn't double. Or if he can never bluff him out or something.
He might get a double shot.
Well, that would be different.
Well, it depends on his standing after he hits, and so in general, if it's a good double shot with good results after hitting, and a lot of gammons against you after not hitting, then you can threaten to lose your market, then you can redouble. But a lot of people say, oh, I got a shot, I'll double, and then they hit, and close them out, and then the other guy has a few checkers off and wins a single wins the match instead of just winning a point, like Chris Trencher just said. So, this is correct. This is correct. No, you should play 5-4. Yeah.
What else would you play?
Well, you'd say like 3-2, so I don't leave a double shot with a 6-5. That was old school. But if you've read Michi Kageyama's book, Endgame Technique, you know lots of rules of thumb, or proverbs as he calls them. I actually looked at some Go, the game literature of the game of Go, and in Japanese, at least, Go literature, they speak of proverbs in the same sense that Michi Kageyama speaks of them in his book. In the West, we call rules of thumb or heuristics, but Michi called them proverbs, and that's that. But I guess the usage is common in Japan. Michi being Japanese, he followed the standard usage for his country, I guess, for gaming. I mean, that's my guess. So this is better. This is really good if you get by and don't leave that that shot. And 3-2 also saves you from leaving a single direct shot on 5-4.
So you don't want to make these.
But
gaps.
you're double fours is now a blot number, and
Blunder.
it's a blunder. And one of the proverbs is don't stack checkers on your deuce point when you're bearing off against an ace point.
It's a double American blunder.
So, even American. Yeah,
Wow.
the Japanese would say you're
Double Whopper with cheeses.
That's a
Yeah, we
that's
speak.
an octuple Japanese blunder.
They speak of unhealthy sushi blunders. Or we speak of Burger King. I don't know. No, I don't. I can't.
No, 5-4 or 4-3.
I've never been to Japan, so
5-4, 4-3.
I'm talking about what I don't know about.
6-4, 5-4,
So-
4-3.
Yeah. Yep. 5-3 is a great number, but he's still he's still got 6 double blot numbers.
Results announced here in the Texas Advanced Classic Jackpot. Finalist was Kevin McDonough, and our champion from Dallas, Texas is Mike Snow.
Might start thinking about
So
saving backgammon.
there are I think there are 10 blot numbers. Or they're not 6-3, 5-3, 4-3,
6-3. Got the double shot
2-3.
number.
All right.
Okay, so
Now
now
we can discuss a double.
now we can discuss a double
Roll.
because it's like
Yes,
Plus
it was
the
a
wrong
double.
5, I
it's
think.
a reasonable double to 4. Because you do get gammoned a lot if you miss, and you could lose your market. There are parlays where you lose your market. Hit, cover, fan, market loss, I believe is correct.
You missed the cube there.
Yeah, it was a miscue.
Yeah, he should have gotten a cube, but you're getting gammoned a lot if you miss. So now,
So he should stack these all up on the deuce
Make
point,
any
right?
other
well,
play.
yes.
Because if he makes a 3,
I'll
then
pull my hair out.
He's got more blot numbers than that, and then if Bill Lonergan does not vacate with 2 checkers from that ace point, and if he rolls an ace, then which now he vacates because now he's activating aces to leave a blot. 2-1, for example, leaves a blot now. 3-1, there it is. And if he had rolled an ace, White could not have brought 2 checkers off, and now this might be the last ditch shot. The Kibitzers are rooting for the 1 because they want the match to continue, but now it's probably the
A
end.
little gamble save. No.
Yeah, so there's 5 checkers left, and
he's got
12, 22, 25 is 47 checkers, 47 pips to get into the 6 point. I think it's now, that's the match. Now, Scott Ward has won an
He's the
major
new
ABT event.
champion.
And he is a studious player, and he's to be congratulated for this victory.
Congratulations.
So that's great.
The match just ended of the Texas Backgammon Championship Division. Finalist from New York, Bill Lonergan, and the 2020 champion of the Texas Backgammon Championships from Houston, Texas, Scott Ward.
They've announced the winner is Scott Ward, and the room is applauding. And with that, we'll sign off.
For now, I think there might be another match later,
But yeah, some of us might be commenting for other matches, Masters, finals, and advanced things. I don't know. And so, but for now,
Great job, brother.
Marty Storer and Justin Noel and all the crew say bye and stay with us.
fun.
Well done.
Kind of drama free.
Either you're getting buried or someone's buried. Go back and forth today.
You played great.
You know, we're missing, right?
Well, it's easy to play
The
games
silver
like
bullets.
the ball,
Yeah.
free checking your hand, the board,
Note to
put it
self,
down.
silver bullets.
That's what it was. I was missing it.
Oh, I thought you already won.
No, that was Backgammon.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Under
we,
the Backgammon
maybe
final
we
round
can.
or the consolation round?
I just wanted,
No, no, it's separate.
Oh, yeah, so.
And points in the consolation.
Huh? First place? 5,000. Yeah, it's like you second to me.
Yes.
It is exactly.
Not about the second.
I won't start anything. I'm not starting anything till you tell us.
Like more matches.
You want to do something with the money?
Sure, what do you want to do?
Or 1, and then 7.
Okay, last jackpot of the day, $50 jackpot, anyway. 3 per player. $50 jackpot, last jackpot of the day.
Last jackpot of the day. Jackpot, last one.
You usually argue with the fair settlement, whatever.
What's
So,
that? Beer's coming out already.
fair? So it is like.
Is that for me? You got a beer for me? What is this? Where's my beer, ain't you? What, do you just want to swap equity? I don't want to do a dollar amount because we should just do a carry so that you get more if the person who wins also beats Victor, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So you want to do like 10%? Is that?
10% of.
You get 10. You get the loser gets from the winner 10% of what they win extra. So I have 10% of you, and you have 10% of me. So let's say you. Let's just do simple math, okay? Let's imagine the loser gets 2,500, and the winner gets 5,000. Are you in the side pool?
No, I know.
Okay, so this doesn't include the side pool. Okay, okay. So let's say the loser gets 2,500 and the winner gets 5,000. Okay, and I win. I give you 250 because it's 25. Because the difference between 2,500 and 5,000. Let me make it easier. Let's say it's 3,000 and 5,000. Okay. The loser gets 3,000. Winner gets 5,000. Okay. So then the person who wins gives the person who loses $200. Okay. Right, because it's 10% of the 2,000 difference. Okay. And then let's say that person was to go and beat Victor, and then they get 10,000. Then the winner would give the loser 700, which is 10% of 7,000. Do you understand?
Okay, so the maximum.
I'll write out the numbers. It's okay.
The maximum will be like $700.
Did you? Well, we could do. Did you want more than 10%? You wanted like 15%. What did you want to do?
5,000. No, I wanted dollar amount like an entry fee. Is that? But that's not what. Sorry.
What do you mean? You wanted?
How much was it before? He didn't have. No.
So now it's 14 tonight. He had 3,000. Oh, right. Oh, I see. It's 17. Oh, I see. Good. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Currently, we are sort of playing for 2,000 plus.
But there's also the question. Here's the money. 86.40, 43.20. So we're playing for 21.60. And if the person who wins this match also gets Victor, then it's 6,000. 6,000. So if we 15% of that number, which would be 308. And then if the person wins, it would be 15% of that number, which would be 3 times as much, which would be 923. So let's say I beat you, okay? If I lose to Victor, I give you 308. If I beat Victor, I give you 923.
Here we go again.
So
What I meant was like
How many more matches are happening today?
$600, but
I don't want to do a flat thing because I'd rather do a swap of the percentages. Because, I'd rather give you more if I beat Victor and less if I lose. It's same thing. It's obviously the same thing.
so then you want to do this?
All right, let me just go to the bathroom and then it's time to get started.
DEKHTY.
Rory?
I already was streamed this morning, so you already set me up once.
I completely forgot that I did that. Losing my mind.